As like the character functions, if we want to do any kind of calculations, if you want to calculate anything using the numeric data, or if you want to modify, or if you want to extract something from the numeric value, we can make use of this numeric functions. Okay, we can make use of the numeric functions. So first let us take the data and then we'll discuss one by one. Okay. First here I'm going to create a data set like this with variable x and with this particular data values. Okay. Now suppose if you want to extract, these are the initial functions that we'll discuss, set of functions. Int function. So int function is used to, suppose if you want to extract only the integer part from the data value, you can do that by making use of this int function. Data num set num. Okay. Create another. So if you want to change the same variable, give the same variable name here. Okay. If you want to create a new variable, give the new variable name. Okay. Now y equal to, say like int of x and run. Execute. Let's create the data set. Next. So it will extract only the integer part of the value. Okay. The next one is ABS. ABS is nothing but it will give you the output, any number, whether a positive number or a negative number. When you apply the ABS function, it will give you the positive output. As in, it will convert the negative numbers also to positive numbers. Okay. So the magnitude will be always positive when you apply this ABS function. See, minus 1.6, minus 4, which will be converted to positive. The next one is ceil. First, we'll discuss about round function. Coming to this round function, okay, round is nothing but rounding. So during our childhood, like in our high school study, we'll read it. No, like round is nothing but to the nearest integer value, it will round. Okay, the given value will be rounded to the nearest integer value. If the decimal is 5 or greater than 5, then it will be rounded to the next integer value. If it is less than 5, it will be rounded to the same integer value. Okay, see here 4.3, right? So less than 5, it will be rounded to the same integer value, 5.7. Greater than 5, it will be rounded to the next integer value, 6. Greater than 5, what is the next integer? Minus 2. Because negative scale, it will move towards left, right? Not towards right. So minus 4.5 will be minus 5. Okay, like that the values will be rounded. See? Okay. Now, the next one is ceil function. Coming to this ceil function, ceil is nothing but it will round to the next integer value, whether the decimal is greater than 5 or less than 5 or 5. Whatever it is, it will round to the next integer value, ceil function. Okay. See, minus 4.3, so 5, minus 1.6. To the greater part, right, to the upper value, it will round. So minus 1.6 as in moving towards right on the scale is nothing but greater value, no? So minus 1.6 to minus 1, minus 4.5 to minus 4. Okay. So negative numbers moving towards right side on the scale gives you the greater value. Moving towards left side of the scale, the negative numbers will give you the lower value, right? Ceil is nothing but upper. So it will give you the upper value. Now the next one is floor. Floor is nothing but it will round to the same integer value or down, okay, like least or to the below integer value, as in 4.32, right? When you use the ceil function, it rounded to 5, right? When you use floor function, it will be left to the same integer value, okay, or below 1. See, 4, 5, minus 1.6, down, floor as in down, right? So minus 1.6, left side of the scale, so it will be minus 2, minus 4.5, left side of the scale, it will be minus 5. Okay, like that it will work out. Suppose say that only for round function, If you want to round it to decimal, you can round it. Suppose say that if you want to round to 1 decimal, then write here 0.1. For 2 decimals, write here 0.2. Okay. So that the value will be rounded to 2 decimals or 1 decimal. Okay. I think it will work only for 1 decimal as of check. It is working for 1 decimal. Okay. So if you want to round it to 1 decimal, then you can write like 0.1. The next one is next set of functions, calculations like minimum value, maximum value, stat calculation. Okay. Let us change the data. Okay. Now suppose say here these are 4 variables, right? X1, X2, X3 and X4. Now if you want to do this, when you are having same pattern variables, if only the suffix is changing, that too in sequence, okay, like 10, 12, 13, 14, or 100, 101, 102, 103 and 104. So if they are following if the suffix is following the same sequence, okay, and if the variable name is same as like this, then you can use this range, okay, saying like x1 to x4 or x100 to x104, like that you can define the range. Now, so this is x1 value, x2, x3 and x4. Now out of, for these 4 values, I want to do some statistics as of like calculating the minimum value or the maximum value or the total sum or the mean. Okay, how many values are missing among those 4 values, or how many values are available among those 4 values. In that case, you can make use of the stat functions like y equal to min of, right here of. Okay, so among this x1 to x4 values, among these 4 values, you want to calculate the minimum value, right? So write it. See, out of these 4 values, what is the minimum value? 1. Out of these, 2. Okay. Now, the next one is, if you want to calculate the maximum value, then write here max. Okay. It will, out of these 4, among these 4, it will give you the maximum value. The next one is sum. Sum is nothing but the sum of these 4 values. Okay. Total. Right. And the next one is mean. Mean is nothing but, see, it will include only the non-missing values in the calculation. Okay, so as if you see, look at the second observation, see, 8 plus 2, 10 plus 5, 15. 15 divided by 3 it will do. Averages, that is how we calculate, no, sum of the values divided by count of the values. It will not consider the missing data into calculation. Okay, remember this, because whenever we do the mean calculations, you have to remember this, whether it includes the missing data in calculation or not. Okay, very important, because it will change the whole mean value, right? Okay, see, 5, as in only these 3 values it is calculating the, including in the calculation. Missing value it is not including in calculation. Okay, now the next one is, suppose, see, missing value and 0. These two are not same. 0 is nothing but it is some numeric value. Okay. Includes in the calculation. Missing is nothing but dot. It will not be included in calculation. Okay. Now, the next one is n. Suppose say that out of these 4 values, you want to check how many values are available and how many are missing. In that case, n gives you the number of available values. Okay. See, out of these 4, all the 4 are available. Out of these 4, only 3 are available. Now, n miss is nothing but it will give you the count of missing data among these 4 variables. How many are the missing values? It will give you that count. Okay. Clear? Hello? Is this clear till this part? Everyone? Okay. The next one is calculating the square root and log. Okay. Coming to the square root and log, suppose if you want to calculate square root for any numeric value, then you have to make use of the function square root of, okay. SQRT is the keyword that you have to use in order to calculate the square root. Execute the program. Okay, it will give you the square root. Now say if you want to control the decimals, now you can control the decimals by using round function. Okay, so right here, so for this square root result, you want to control the decimals, right? Say here like 0.1. If you don't want to give any decimals, just close the bracket here only. If you want to like control with one decimal, then write 0.1. Okay, like this you can control by making use of the round function. Then the next one is square root, calculating log. Generally log and square root can be calculated only for positive numbers. Okay, now in order to calculate the log, make use of the log keyword. Okay, there will be two logarithm values, right? One is to base e and the other one is natural logarithm to base 10. By using this log function, you will be getting the result of natural logarithm, log 10. Okay, see, this is the log value for this numeric values. The next one is calculating factorial and mod. Coming to this factorial, factorial is nothing but multiplication of previous number, present number into the previous numbers. I mean, multiplication of given value into the previous values. Okay, that is what factorial is. You represent with fact keyword, fact of whatever variable it is, give that variable. So 5 factorial is nothing but what is the present value? 5. So multiplication of 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. Okay, like this. Similarly, 4 factorial is nothing but present value is 4. 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. Like that it will do the factorial calculation. Okay, see. Now, the next one is mod. Mod is nothing but remainder value. For suppose say that if you are dividing 11, okay, by 3, then you get some remainder. No, it is not evenly divided. 3 is 9 and remainder is 2, right? So this remainder we call as the mod value. If you want to get that mod, see, suppose if, say that if you are dividing x by 3, okay, all these values you are dividing by 3. Whatever remainder that you get, that you call as mod. So write here mod. See, when 5 is divided by 3, 3 ones 3 and 2 is the remainder. When 4 divided by 3, 1 is the remainder. 3 and 6 will be evenly divided by 3, right? So there will be no remainder. Okay. So mod is nothing but remainder. The next function is lag function. Coming to this lag function, suppose these are the values. One value will be lagged. Suppose if you want the output by one value lagging to the given variable. Say like here x is the variable, right? So say the values of x are 5, 4, 3, 6. You want to create one more variable called y, okay, with one value lagging x. So as in the first value will be missing value and the second value will be 4. Okay. Second value will be the first value of x. This third value will be the second value. Okay. Here this value will be 3. Clear? Like this. Suppose if you want to create one more variable with two values lagging to x. Okay. If you want to create a result like that, then you can make use of the lag function. Right here lag, okay, of x. So when you write lag, by default the value will be lagged by one value. Okay. If you write lag 2, then it will be lagged by two values. So let's say equal to lag 2. So that it will be lagged by two values. Okay, see. So like this, if you want to create a table, you can create. Like this, if you want to create any kind of output. Make use of the lag function. The next one is diff function. Okay, coming to this diff is nothing but difference. Suppose say if you want to calculate the difference from present value to previous value, then make use of diff function. Okay, diff of x. It will give you the difference from present value to previous value. See, since there is no difference, since for the first value, since there is no previous value, you'll get missing value. 4 minus 5 minus 1, 3 minus 4 minus 1, 6 minus 3, 3. Here also same. Since here you don't have any values, missing value. Minus 1 minus missing, so missing. Minus, no, sorry. Here we have given diff of z equal to, no. Yeah, sorry. Okay. So present value minus previous value. That is the output that you get through diff function. Difference. Okay. Clear till this part, all the functions? Okay. See, again, I'm saying like these functions we will not be using individually. Okay. Like, see here I'm saying as like small program, right? So generally depending on the work requirement, when we have to, like when we are generating some report, okay, if you have to generate that report in such pattern, okay, then according to that you have to make use of the functions. Okay, so here I'm teaching you the concept of each and every function, that what it will do. But coming to the practical thing, when you are applying it, depending on the report that what you have to generate, you should get that option spontaneously, like which options that we have to put in the programming in order to get that specific output. Okay. And the most practical thing where we use the mod function means, suppose say that I have been given with some 410 days. Okay, I have the value like 410 days. Now I want to convert this to year end days, like how many years and how many days. So 410, right? How many years and how many days? Okay, so generally it will be 1 year and some days, right? Which is nothing but reminder. So if I divide that 410 by, if I divide that 410 by 365, okay. So what is the result that I will get? Like whatever reminder that I get, that reminder is nothing but 1 year, that many days, right? A small example. 375, 85, 95, 405. So 45 days. So here I get like, here I'll get, when I do the mod function, what is the result that I get? 45. So which is nothing but it is 1 year, 45 days. So 45 is the reminder. That reminder is nothing but days here. Okay. So such kind of, in such kind of scenarios, we should get like which function we have to apply in order to get that result. Okay. Like the remaining days or in any concept. Okay. It might not be only days, it might be even some other calculation, but it just depends on what function that we apply. Okay. Now, the next one is coming to the date and time. Okay. Date and time. So continuing numeric functions. Okay. Suppose you remember the way that we give the date. So we write the date in some form, in the specific form, and then we use the in format statement to to make it understandable to SAS, right? We also have one more method to assign the date value. See, first I'll create the data set called test. Okay. So x equal to, by using MDY option, here we no need to make use of the in format statement in order to make it understandable to SAS. If you make use of this MDY, month, date and year. Okay. Suppose say like 12th month, 21st date, 2016. Okay. MDY. By using this MDY, we can proc print data equal to test and run. Okay. Execute. See, if you want to again, so obviously when you enter a date and make use of the in format statement, it will get converted to a number, right? So this number is nothing but number of days in between 1st January 1960 fixed SAS date to the specified date. Now, again, if you want to display it as a date format, make use of the format statement. Format for X variable. Whatever format that you want to give, you can give. I'll give as date 9 dot. Okay. See, 21st December 2016. So this is the other way of assigning the date value by using MDY. Now, suppose if you want the system current date, okay, my system current date is wrong, but if you want the system present date, then you can make use of the option called today off, okay, so that it will give you system present date. Okay, as I told you, system date is wrong, so it is giving you the wrong date. Okay. Now, the next one is Julian date. For entering the Julian date also we have one more method. Okay. Date JUL. Okay. Date JUL. So give here like suppose say 1999 161 day. Okay. So like this you can give. See 10th June 1999. Okay. So like this you can give. Right. This is one more method of entering the assigning the Julian date. Similarly, for time also we have. Suppose if you want system present time, then make use of the option time off. Okay, so here also you have to change the format, right? Time 8 dot. My system time is also wrong. Okay, so it will display you the default time, right? But if your system time is correct, then it will display the perfect time. Okay. Now, similarly, there is one more method to assign the time values, like by using HMS, hours, minutes, and seconds. Say like some 12 hours, 30 minutes, 45 seconds. Okay. See, here we no need to make use of the in format statement. Okay. Uh, System present time and the other way to enter the time. Similarly, for date time values also. If you want system present date time, then make use of date time off so that it will give you system present date and time. I'll make use of the format date time 18 dot. See? Okay. Now, if you want to give like specific date time value, then DHMS. Okay. DHMS. Here also we no need to make use of the in format statement. DHMS. Date say like 23rd December 2016 in quotations, and after that write D. Then put comma and now write HMS. Okay, like 20 hours, 13 minutes, 45 seconds. Okay. See, by using this DHMS option, you can enter the date without using in format statement. But here you have to keep your date. See here in date 9 dot format, that too in quotations, and after that you write D. Okay, so that SAS will understand this as the date value and the following one is the time value, right? Are you clear till this part? All these three? Yes. Right. The next one is extracting the values. Okay, suppose from a date, from the date value we can extract so many things, right? Like we can extract the month, date, year, week, day. Okay, this quarter, which quarter, all this kind of extraction we can do. So let us first create the data set. You can remove these ones. Okay. Here we are going to create the data set called meeting date with variable same meeting date and announcement date. Okay. Region, meeting date and announcement date. First create the data set. Now from this meeting date value, I want to extract only the date, like that number part I want to extract. Data, meeting date, right? So here meeting date, set meeting date. I'll create a new variable called x, and which is equal to day of. Okay, day of. From which variable you want to extract? From meeting date variable, and run. Okay. So if you want to print it in output window, print data equal to meeting date and run. Okay. See, it is extracting only the date from meeting date 3, 4, 24, 28. Okay. Like this, you can extract only the date part. Okay. Similarly, for suppose if you want to extract month, then make use of the keyword month, so that it will give you the month number. Okay. Not the see. It will give you the month number. Okay. Which month it is. Similarly, if you want to extract year, write here year of. If you want to extract weekday, starting from Sunday to Saturday, it is 1 to 7. Okay. So like that, you can extract the weekday also. See, 6 is nothing but Saturday. No, Friday. Okay. 2, 4, 3. Okay. So starting from Sunday to Saturday, it is 1 to 7. Right. Now, the next one is, similarly, if you want to extract which quarter, then make use of the keyword QTR. Okay, quarter. So all these extractions you can do. The next one is, similarly from time values. Okay. From time also, what all things we can extract from time? Hour, minute and second, right? So for extracting hour, minute and second, meeting time. Okay. See, but suppose say from meeting time variable you want to extract hour, then write here hour. Okay. See, it is extracting only hour. If you want to extract minute, then make use of the keyword called minute here. Okay. If you want to extract second, then make use of the keyword second, so that depending on our requirement, we can extract different values from the time value, like hour, minute and second. The next one is extracting the values from date time. Okay. Now, so from here, what all you can extract? Date and time combination, right? I'll change the dataset name as test, so that we no need to change every time. Okay. Now say, from this birth date time variable, I want to extract only the date part. In that case, you write here date part. Okay, so that it will extract only the date part. But when you are extracting the date, obviously you have to use the format statement, right? Or else you'll end up with getting that number, no? Okay. So X, I'll write it as date 9 dot. Okay. See, it is extracting only the date part. Now suppose say that again from this date, if you want to extract only the month, you can do that, right? So write here month of date part of this one. Okay. Now this format statement is not required, so that it will extract only month. Okay, from the date part. See, it is extracting only months. Okay, like this, you know from a date value how to extract the other things, right? Like only date or only month or only year. You can extract in that way. Now, suppose if you want to extract the time, then instead of writing date part, you write it here as time part. Okay. Here also you have to change, no? Time 8 dot. Okay. See, now it will extract only the time part. Again, from time part, if you want to extract hour, minute or second, you can do that by using that keywords. Okay. The next one is calculating the difference between two date values. Let us take the data here. Okay. Now, here we have two different dates, no? Meeting date and announcement date are the two different variables. Now, I want to calculate the difference in whatever interval that you want to calculate the difference, you can calculate, okay? By using this intake function, x equal to intck, okay? In what all intervals you can calculate means, see, per date, in these all intervals you can calculate like day, how many days, how many weekdays, how many weeks, how many 10 days, semi-month, month, quarters, how many semi-years, how many years. Okay, in all these intervals you can calculate for a date. Okay. See, intake. In what interval you want to calculate? Suppose say if you want to calculate in days. Okay, give here days, comma. Okay. In between announcement date minus meeting date or meeting date minus announcement date. Suppose if you want to do the difference between meeting date and announcement date, like meeting date minus announcement date. In that case, first give announcement date and then you give meeting date. Okay. So that it will subtract from meeting date, it will subtract the announcement date and will give you the result. Okay. In this case, we no need to make use of the see. If you write the other way, you will get the negative number. That's it. Okay. Suppose if you are writing like meeting date and announcement date. In that case, you will be getting the negative number, right? So to make it as positive, you can make use. So in order to change the magnitude, like everything to positive magnitude, you can make use of absolute function, right? So you can write absolute of this part. Okay. So that whatever variable that you write first, that doesn't matter. It will just give you the difference in number of days between these two dates. Okay. See, because of the absolute. Okay. Remember the absolute function we discussed in previous class only, I think. Okay. If you want difference in years, write here years. So it will give you exactly the difference in years only. Okay. See, as in 2000 to 1999, it will not consider. See here, it is December 2000 and it is October 1999, right? So literally how many months? If we calculate practically, no. So no. How many months? October 1992, December 1999. 14 months, right? But it will give you exactly 1 year. It will ignore that 2 months difference. Okay. So when you are, see, okay, 90 only year it will consider. Okay. Year as in only year it will consider. So how it will follow the calculation means it will take the least unit. Okay. For suppose if you are, when you are taking month, days and years, what is the least unit? Days is the least unit, right? So when you say like we want to calculate in days, it will give you exactly number of days. Okay. It will convert the entire date value. So as I told you like before, you will get a number, right? The number of days in that concept it will calculate the days. But if you write the interval as year, in that case it will just consider the year. If you write month, it will consider both, like 14 months difference, right? So it will give you exactly 14 months difference. When you say days, it will count like days, month and years. Everything it will take into picture. If you write months, only month and year it will take. Okay. If you write year, only year it will take. Based on that, it will do the calculation. Okay. So that's the reason if you write here month, it will give you 14C. Okay. Now, you got the concept how it will calculate? Yes. Okay. Now the next one is this is how we calculate the difference in two date values. Difference in two time values. Coming to the difference in two time. Here also same. If you want the difference between this meeting time and announcement time, in what all intervals we can calculate for time? Hours, minutes and seconds. If you write hour, it will just consider the hour part. Okay, like 16 and 13. That's it. It will not consider the minutes and seconds. Okay. So it will give you like 3 hours difference. Here also same, like 3 hours difference. Here also same. Okay. But if you write minutes, it will consider, like it will convert this hour also into minute. Okay. And plus 12 to that hour minutes, it will do like plus 12 and it will give you the result in minutes. As in, it will consider both hour and minutes. If you write seconds, it will consider the complete one. Okay. Because your result you will be getting in seconds, no? Okay. In that way. So you can write here, see, when you write hour or hours, you can write anything. Execute. See, 3 hours. But if you write seconds, it will transform this minute and hours also into seconds and it will give you the result. Okay. See how many difference in seconds it is giving you. Now, like this, we can calculate the difference between two time values by using INTCK. Next one is two date time values. Let us take this data set. We are going to create a data set called test with variables joining time and leaving time. Now, suppose say that for a date time values, you can calculate the difference in anything because you have date and time both, right? Combination. So if you want the difference in days, month, years, hours, minutes, seconds, in weeks, 10 days, year, quarters, semi-year, okay. In whatever difference you want to calculate the difference between these two values, you can mention that interval, okay. But here what you do is, if you want to calculate the difference in say like days, you write days only, but before that you write DT, okay, DT days, DT month. Since it is a date time value, we have to tell to SAS, no, it is a date time value, okay. If you want the difference in between this J time and L time, okay. Run this program. See. Okay, like this we can calculate the difference. The next, here I have given all the intervals. See, for date time intervals, in all these intervals you can calculate. Okay. The next one is incrementing a date value or the time value. Okay. Suppose say that if you want to if you want to increment this meeting date value by 1. Okay, like by 1 day or by 1 month or by 1 year or by 10 years or by 15 years. So you want to increment the date value by some value. Okay. In whatever interval you want to increase. Suppose if you want to increase in days, then write here days. Instead of writing int ck, write int nx. Okay, in days, meeting date, how many days you want to increment? Hmm? Say like you want to increment by 12 days. So write here 12. 3rd December to 12 is 15th December, no? Yeah. Okay. Execute. Huh. What's the error? View all. Execute. See, you're getting a number, right? Because it is date, no? So if you want to like represent it as a date, make use of format statement. Format for X um, date 9 dot. See, 13 got increment, 3 got incremented to 15, 4 got incremented to 16. So like this we can increment the date values. If you want to increment by year, say like year, okay? When you write year, it will increment only the year, okay? But not either month or date. So by default, when you write year, it will give you first month and first date and first month, okay, in that particular year. See, increment by 12 we are saying, see, it will increment only year, okay. It will not touch either month or date. By default, it will give you the first month and first date, okay. If you write month, it will increment only month and year. It will not touch date. Okay. So by default, it will give you the first date. See here, um, month, right? If you write month and say like 12 months, okay? Increment, see, 111, okay? It will not touch a month date because date that value is least unit when compared to month, right? Year is like when you're comparing with year, month and date both are least units, right? So it will not touch the least unit, it will just touch the highest units, that's it. Okay, it will transform only the highest unit, and the least unit it will just fix to the first. Okay. Now similarly with time also, if you want to say that in 10x, okay. If you want to increment in seconds, then you can increment. If you want to increment in minutes, okay, minutes of meeting time, by how much time you want to increment, say like 30 minutes, okay. Now since it is the time, you have to make use of format. For x variable, I'll say time 8 dot, okay. See, 12 got incremented by 30 minutes, so which is nothing but 42, okay. Right, so like this it will increment. Clear? Yes. Now, if you want to increment a date time value, same function in 10x, okay. If you want to increment in days, then write here days. If you want to increment in year, write here year, okay. In whatever interval you want to increment, give that one, okay. Say like by 20 days I want to increment. Format of x to date time, say that 18 dot, okay. 18 dot, right, execute. See, so dt days you have written, right? So it will just it will not touch the least unit, right? Date dt days as in only days and year it will take. Okay. See, when you are taking date time combination, what is the ascending order of the unit? Seconds, minutes, hours, days, month, and years. Okay. So when you are writing here days, it will not consider the least unit, right? It will fix the least unit to default like 1 or 0, and then highest unit it will move forward as per the value that we have given. Okay. So clear about this date time in 10x and in CK? Yes. Now the next one is put and input functions. Okay, so this put and input functions we use very often. Okay, for reporting or for creating any data or for reporting, we make use of this put and input functions. So what actually this put and input functions do is, let us talk about put function first. If you want to change any character, if you want to change any numeric value to character data type, then you can make use of this put function. Okay, see here, I'll create a data set here. Okay, now this is the data set that I'm creating, right? Test. Okay, this is the data set. Now here X I'm declaring as, here it is all numeric values only, no, but it is character data type, right? It is character data type. Now I want to convert this to numeric data type because here it is all numbers. I want to do some calculations, but I received the input in the form of character data type. If you want to convert that to numeric data type, any character value, if you want to convert to numeric value, then you have to make use of input function. Okay, so data test set test. I'll create a new variable y equal to, right here, input of x comma. So when you are converting a character value to a numeric value or a numeric value to a character data type, okay, then you can make use of the function called best dot. Okay, and run. See here you are declaring x as a character data type, right? But in the output it will appear as a numeric value. See, character, but now you open y. See, numeric. Okay, like this you can, if any numeric data is in the input, if any numeric values are represented in the form of character data type, then by using input function you can convert to numeric. We use quite a lot these functions while we are doing reporting. Okay, the next one is converting a numeric value to a character data type. Suppose, say here x, your in the input x is present as a numeric value, but in the report you have to submit that value as a character value. Okay, in that case you can make use of the put function. So put function will convert numeric value to character value. Okay, see, execute again this, open test. See here, see, numeric x is, but check y, it is character. Like this we can convert a character to a numeric or a numeric to character. Clear? So remember, if you want to convert any numeric value to character, then you have to use put function. Okay. If you want to convert any character value to numeric, then you have to use input function. Okay, don't get confused. To numeric input, n. Okay, remember that way. See, best dot is nothing but when you are converting a character data type to a numeric data type or a numeric data type to a character data type, it is the common format that you can use. Okay. Suppose, see here, you are writing this x, you want this x value to be displayed in the form of date time 18 dot, right? So you are using that format. Similarly, if you want to display any date value, see here you are writing time 8 dot. Similar to that, if you are converting a character data type value to a numeric value or a numeric data type to a character data type, then you can make use of this best dot. Okay. In other ways, I can say if you are not converting, like if you are not working with date, time or amount values, then this is the common format that you can use.